Welcome back to another video, guys. Right, today I'm going to show you how I like to sharpen my knife. There are many different ways to sharpen your knife. If you go onto YouTube, you will literally find thousands of videos to show you different techniques, different stones to use. For example, you've got videos on there that show you how to use Japanese whetstones. I've seen videos on there where you can use just a normal stone out the garden to sharpen your knife. So like I say, there's loads of different techniques. This is just the way I like to do mine. Undoubtedly yourselves, you'll find your own way where you feel comfortable with, where you can end up getting a razor edge on your blade. So what I like to use, I first normally start off with just a coarse, cheap coarse stone. I think this came in a pair, it cost about £3. And what I do with that, I like to add a little bit of water onto that when I start to use the stone, and I'll show you that in a bit. I use a DC4 sharpening stone, which is a diamond stone on one side and a ceramic stone on the other. And this is what I strop my blades with, and I made it myself. All it is just a leather belt on some basic pine, and what I like to use is a stropping compound called Smurf Poo, and essentially all I do is just rub that onto the strop to get a razor's edge. Right then, this is the knife I'm going to be sharpening today. It's my Morakniv Companion heavy duty one. Now I've had this, I'd say about 6-7 years, and it's lasted, like I'm saying, it's stood me in good stead, to be honest with you. All I've done to it is have to add a 90-degree spine there, so I've got a file and filed it down. Otherwise of that, this has lasted me years, and it's a good knife. As long as you don't push it past its limits, it's brilliant. So basically no battening with it or anything like that. But anyway, I digress. So this is the knife we're going to do, and it's already pretty sharp because I do like to keep on top of my tools, maintenance wise. So right, this is what I do when I first start off. I like to add just a little bit of water, rub it in. I always like to use my strop because it gets my hand up off the surface, because it's quite a small stone. Now what I do, I lay the knife flat. I like to find the bevel of the knife. So if you lay it flat on the blade and the tilt, and then you'll feel the angle of the blade where you need to sharpen. So tilt, and then you draw it away. Same again, level, tilt, draw it towards you. There we go. And you keep doing that until you've got a reasonable edge on it. And what you'll find is over time you'll get a feel for sharpening the knife. You'll feel the angle, and you'll be able to do it quite naturally without having to do all this. So you'll just be able to come up to it and just start doing like that. What we're looking for, I don't know, you might not be able to get it on camera, but is across that edge there, any lights or effectively shining back at you. If you can see that. Yeah, so we know any flat spots on the knife. That starts to get a bit dry, just add a little bit of water to it. Put it in. Okay, now I've used a coarse stone. I'll go up to my DC4. Let's just give you another show of that. And what I'll use is the diamond side, and then I'll go on to the ceramic side. So like I said, this is another level of getting a good edge on your blade. Once again, on your bevel, draw it. And I like to keep my strokes evenly on the side, so I do one side and I'll do the next side and do the other side, and so on and so forth. I know some people just do it differently. They prefer they're not really fussed about the amount of strokes they do, but I just like to do it because I don't want one side of I want my blade to be pointed. I don't want it to do that, so I like to keep a nice edge or that. Coming up nice and then like that, I'll just flick it over onto the ceramic side. Again. And I'll just repeat the process as needed until I get a reasonable edge, good edge, shall I say. And then we go from there. But I must admit, I do find this incredibly therapeutic because it's such a repetitive task. You're just going to kind of lose yourself in it. And on this, like I say, with this stone, I don't put anything on it, no water or anything, I just do it dry. Because the first stone is porous, so the water absorbed into it, almost like a bit of a slurry on top when you're sharpening. So like I say, if you want to find the bevel, lay the knife flat, and then tilt and you'll feel it, especially with this kind of grind, because this is called a Scandi grind, and most more of the Scandi grinds. So it's quite a big bevel to go to. So. What you can do as well with this part, because it's leather, if you haven't got a strop, you can use this to strap it with as well, if needs be. But I've got a strop, so we'll be using that. Right then guys, on to the final stage. Now that I say this is a strop and this is like a stropping compound, so all I do for a strop, just rub a little bit on. Make sure it's all nice and covered. Put that to one side. Then I just do exactly the same technique you've done before. So hold it level, tilt, and then draw it up. Same again, level, tilt, and draw it up. I always like this bit because you know you're coming towards the end and you get to see the fruits of your labour. See how sharp a knife is. I like to hold my strop at an angle. So I just find it easier than doing it flat. Just feels more comfortable and more natural. And like I say, you'll find your own technique and your own style, how you want to sharpen your own knives and that. And don't be afraid to sharpen the knife. You know, give it a go because, like I say, everybody's got to learn and start somewhere. So just get stuck into it. And if you are unsure, let's say for argument's sake, you have got an expensive expensive knives and you're just starting out and you've bought this £300 knife and you are worried about it, then just pick yourself up a cheap Mora. I think you can pick them up for £10, if not cheaper. They're on sale, and just give it a go that way. You know, just have a practice on that knife and use that as your practice knife. But make sure you get the same grind as what you've got. So if you've got an expensive Scandi grind for £300, you know, then get one of Scandi grind to practice on. Very nice, that is. See if we can see it. There's only about the sunlight, that's the trouble with this. I don't see any spots on it. There's a bit of thing there. Yeah, we'll just give it a bit more. See how we get on. To be honest, I could stand here all day doing this. Right. Give that a go. There we go, I don't know if you can see that on there. Ooh, razor sharp. Happy days, happy days. Like I say, don't be afraid to give it a go. Just get stuck in and see how you get on. Like I say, everybody's got to start somewhere. Okay guys, there we have it. Like I say, and if you like this video guys, if you want to give it a thumbs up, if you want to subscribe, that would be brilliant. And if you want to leave any comments in that in the bottom below, how you do it or how anything else I could improve on would be great. So stay safe out there guys, and we'll see you on the next one.